Galaxy Note 9 battery drain test. Yes, I did a poll and most people said, you know what, I want to see a battery drain test. So we also got the review coming soon. The Note 9, I'm going to be running this thing at max. We're going to be putting it on full beast mode right now, using it like most other people wouldn't, and see how long the endurance of the battery is. This can help you see, how regular day-to-day use is going to be, because if it goes really long here, then regular day-to-day use is going to be even better than what you see here. So it's 10:18 p.m. We're at 100% battery life right now. If you take a look, I'm gonna have a location on. NFC is definitely going off. Don't use that often. Sync staying on. Dolby Atmos, of course, is always gonna be on here. S Pen mode turned on, and we do have Wi-Fi running. Now keep in mind, LTE connection sometimes can make battery life worse or better depending on your reception and where you're at. 9.5 Samsung Experience version, Android 8.1.0 version here on board. No Android 9 Pie just yet. Full HD resolution, because this is the way it comes out of the box. Not everybody's gonna know that you can put it in 2K. So here we are at the phone, and it is going to be about time to get this thing started. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this USB-C into the LG G7 ThinQ, which is gonna be running this timer. And for the first test, I ran a YouTube video. One of the older ones I shot on the iPhone 7. It was about an hour-long review to see what we can drain on this device. And this phone just seemed to run YouTube like a champ, because after about 1 hour, well, about 53 minutes, I'm estimating here, we have 90% of our battery life. So if you're headed on your commute and you watch a video on the train, or if you're just waiting around to get started at your job, or you're waiting around for class and you're watching a few YouTube vids, you're probably only gonna drain about 10%. Remember, I am rocking this phone at full brightness, so it might even be less for you. So let's go ahead and continue. So I did about 40 minutes or so, maybe less, of 1080p video here, just straight continuous video, to see what this can drain. And at about 1 hour and 30 minutes, you can see the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is now down another 11%. So camera is definitely a more heavy use case, and if you're doing video, this definitely eats into the battery quite a bit. So video is a strong battery user for the Galaxy Note 9, so keep that in mind when you are picking up this device. 1 hour 31 minutes screen on time. Continuing on, I did install Antutu Benchmark, and we did a couple of benchmarks here. This is something most people are not going to do on the day-to-day, but it definitely stresses the battery. Then I did some multitasking, opening some windows, played some games here for quite some time, opened a bunch of apps, ran a Geekbench, and after all of this, I did some drawing on the Pen-Up community. I just drew this little, I don't even know what animal that was. Let me know down below in the comments, but you can see after 2 hours, 68% of the battery here. And continuing on, I watched another video on this device, and you could see that this one was about 43 minutes long in length. So this video right here was pretty long, so I figured that it would eat into the battery life, and I did more Antutu stress testing here, which ate into it a lot. And at about 3 hours and 8 minutes, you can see that the battery life is sitting around 49% for the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Extremely warm to the touch, but not overbearingly hot here for the device. So 49% so far at 3 hours and 8 minutes of on-screen time. So with this kind of use case, I'm already impressed with this device, because 3 hours and 9 minutes and you have 50% basically of your battery life at, running at full brightness and everything on high accuracy and location on sync, all that. This is pretty good endurance so far. You can see that the video, I kept watching more video again on YouTube, and we're gonna go ahead and check this at 4 hours and 2 minutes around there, and you can see 35% down now. So we went down, a good 15% over the past hour or so, but there's still plenty of juice left on the Note 9. So let's see how much more we can get out of its tank. So 4 hours and 3 minutes there screen on time. And we're gonna go ahead and just run some more applications to see what else we can do for this device. So more stress testing here for Antutu Benchmark. This takes a lot of resources, and we ran some 4K video, which was a 10-minute limit at 60 FPS, and I did some more gaming. And at about 3:16 a.m. or 4 hours and 55 minutes, I have 9% battery life. So we're definitely getting down there around the 5-hour mark here on a Snapdragon 845. Remember, full brightness, full beast mode. This doesn't indicate that like you're gonna get the same battery life here, so don't take this as fact like, oh, my Note 9 is only gonna get 5 hours. I was expecting like 8 hours like on the Note 2 for example. But remember, this is pushing it to the max and it's still lasting. We can go light and moderate use and my video would be probably 8 hours long here. It would say 8 hours or 7 hours on the screen time. So if we do it light, screen brightness low, I think you're gonna get a lot more time out of this battery life. Standby time on this guy, I've noticed, does juice down when you go to sleep. I've been noticing a 5% decrease every single night from the time I go to sleep to the time I wake up, like 8 hours, 5% decrease. So it does decrease in standby. They can work on that, but overall, when you're actually using this phone, it can definitely go the distance here so far, at least from what I'm seeing. It does get warm under really intense use, but that's got to be really intense use. Like if it's not super intense, then you'll be just fine. So the Note 9, definitely a winner. If you want the Exynos edition, I can't really speak on that one. But anyway, big thumbs up if you guys really enjoyed this content. It takes a long time to create a video like this. We got to keep recording on and on for 5 hours straight just to get, you know, this battery drained. So that is appreciated. But at around 5 hours and 11 minutes, we're still running here at 1%, but can it keep going? That's the question. We're on Instagram. We're going through a bunch of applications here, running through a bunch of stuff. And you can see even with all this intense pressure, it's still operating very fast. So that's a good sign for performance as well. And at 5 hours and 11 minutes and 58 seconds, the Note 9 has definitely lost all of its battery capacity. It did great. I'm definitely going to give it some credit here. Some people might say I want a little more, but keep in mind this was full, pushing it to the max. So what are your thoughts though? Do you think Samsung could have done better here with, you know, the Note 9 battery life? Do you think it's fantastic? Personally, I think for a flagship, it can't be beat just yet. I'm really interested to see if Apple can bring the 10 Plus with a comparable battery life. It's a big phone as well. But leave your thoughts down below. And if you found this video helpful, enjoying, entertaining, informing, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. Again, it takes a very long time to record this, so I would appreciate if you smash that button and subscribe